Hello YouTube, this is the Phury Digital Music School. I'm your host Brian Phury. I'm trying to talk slow today. I'm a bit shy around the camera, so I'm trying to get used to it. Having clicked on this video, you probably think that I'll be comparing FL Studio to other DAWs. But then I won't be doing that in this particular video. This is the first episode of a series. I'll be showing you how to use FL Studio as a DAW and showing you how to produce. So episode 1 is more like your first day in FL Studio. I've got a bit of a list here to help me go through this tutorial smoothly. I've used the information that I'm going to talk about in this video, and I've made a simple beat. It's in the description below, so make sure you check it out. I haven't mixed the instrumental because we're not going to talk about the mixer in this particular video, but over time, after each episode, I will use the information in the episode to better the instrumental, just like that, until on the very final video we're going to have a full track, and you're going to see exactly how the full track was made from the very bones. Firstly, I would like to explain two terms that will be regularly used in this video, which is first of all DAW and VST. DAW, the letters in DAW stand for Digital Audio Workstation. A digital audio workstation is basically any software that you choose to do your music production. It can be Cubase, can be FL Studio, can be Logic, can be Ableton, anything you choose. A VST plugin extends functions. It enables your DAW to do extra things. That said, let's just jump right into the tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be looking at 6 things. Number 1, the tempo and the metronome. Number 2, the browser. Number 3, the channel rack. Number 4, the piano roll. Number 5, patterns. Number 6, the playlist. Yeah, so let's jump right into it. Tempo is basically the speed at which your track is moving at. Now, I've been producing for a while now, so obviously when I'm about to make a beat, I know a tempo range. At least I know it's going to be in the range of 100. Even if I know the range, I still need what we call the metronome. Another tip, tempo is measured in BPM, which stands for beats per minute. Tempo in FL Studio is found right next to the record button. Right now it's at 130. The metronome is found right next to the tempo, right here. 130 BPM. Let's turn on our metronome and hit play. Then we'll be given the speed of the track. So that is 130 BPM. To turn up the tempo and turn it down, you just left click and hold and drag up and down. Let's do that while playing. Left click, drag down. Easy peasy. In FL Studio, our metronome has got a special function. When you right click it, you get 4 different options. You get 4 different options of a metronome type. You can have the hi-hat, you can have a tick, you can have a beep, and you can have a cowbell. I feel like these will work for different genres of music. Like personally, when I'm making an Afro beat, I like to use the cowbell because I feel like it fits into the track. It doesn't disturb me. Let's just say 100 BPM for now. So next on the list is the browser. Like right now, you can't see the browser on my screen because it's hidden. To unhide it, we have this little shortcut button right here. If you hover over this one and look on the top left corner, it will show you what that is. As you can see, it's view playlist. We're looking right here. View playlist, that's view browser. So this here is the browser. The browser basically holds samples and VSTs. You can drag these samples into your track. For example, we have drums here. Samples are recorded audio that you can easily fit into your track. VSTs, it's a completely different thing. Though I I won't touch that, but let's first of all look at samples. How do you fit these samples into your track? So I'm going to talk about two things at this very time: the browser and the channel rack. So we have this kick. It's recorded audio. You can see the wave right there. So let's say I want to fit that kick into my track. I left click and drag, throw it on this right here. This is the channel rack. Just throw it right there. So you can also get these samples by, if you first right click and hit open in new channel, and it's right there. Let's then look at the channel rack. We're going to touch up on VSTs while looking at the channel rack, don't worry. The channel rack, you basically come up with drum grooves or melodies or stuff like that. Let's first look at drum grooves. We are at 100 BPM. We're going to turn on our metronome and hit play. I want the tick. So we have a clap, recorded audio, sample, hi-hat sample, and the snare sample. So let's just put the snare on the here and here. Simple drum groove. We can have the snare, we can have the hi-hats just right there. Simple drum groove. Now on the channel rack you have this right here, the swing. The swing basically it makes your samples off grid a bit to give them a more human feel. I will press play and turn the swing up and down. I'm not sure if you can hear the difference, but I can. Yeah. So next we have these boxes here. We'll not touch up on that because these are mixer inserts. This is insert 1. Double click and it shows you right there. Mixer insert 1. So I'll leave these boxes out. We have a volume knob right here. Then we have a pan knob. Then this is mute. You can mute and unmute. Yeah, so it's that simple. Next on our list will be the piano roll. So yeah, let's say we have this drum groove now. We want to add a melody. We're going to add a VST to our channel rack by hitting this plus sign right here. Left click and pick a VST. I'll go with FL keys. Then FL keys, I will right click and hit piano roll. So there. Here I can come up with any melody I like. So let's just say I will not touch any of the black notes. I'll explain why during the music theory segment. So as you have noticed, the drum groove does not really go as far as the melody. How do I fix that? Next thing on our list is patterns. Yeah, patterns. So I can put the drums and the melodies on separate patterns. How do I do that? Excuse me. Yeah, I'll highlight my piano right here. Make sure it's highlighted. Make sure it's green only here. Then I'll hit Control X. Then I'll click and drag right here. Go up to pattern 2. Then I'll Control V. The melody is there. So the melody is separate from the drums. If I go back to 1, the drums are still there. Now, how do I put them back together? Which brings us to the 6th point, the playlist. Patterns, you can make any kind of patterns you want. You basically separate the sounds you don't want to play together. The playlist, you can put these patterns back together, but in song format. I don't know if that makes any sense, but let's just jump right. Let me just show you how to do that right here in FL Studio. So I want this track to start with the piano, then the drums. So the piano is pattern 2. I'll just hit right there. Now if I hit play, as you have noticed, it's still playing the same pattern. I can just go right here, this pattern in song mode. If I hit song mode, it begins to play this here. So I want pattern 1 to come in around here. Yeah, simple. Then something I want to show you on the playlist. It also works in the piano roll. There's these tools here. There's the pencil. The pencil basically just draws. You can draw them one by one. The paint, you can paint one huge line. That was Control X. The delete, you can delete. But I don't think you'll be using the delete very often, because once you right click, it brings up the delete, and you can easily delete once you right click. There's the mute. You can mute and unmute. I don't think you'll be using that often as well, because when you double right click then hold, it pulls out the mute. Then there's the slip. I've never really used this before, but yeah, it's funny what it does. It's like you can drag a melody over a pattern. I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't really know how to explain it, but I'll click and drag this way, and it drags a piece of the pattern. I think yeah, you get the point. Let me not waste time explaining something I can't explain. We have the slice. What does it do? It's basically a knife. It slices, just like that. Click and hold and drag. Yeah, you undo by hitting Control Z. That simple. And you cut by hitting Control X. You copy by hitting Control C, and you paste by hitting Control V. You duplicate by hitting Control B. So I'm going to highlight this. You have the control here. You have the select tool here. But I also don't think you'll be using that a lot, because once you hold Control, it pulls up the select tool. So you can duplicate by hitting Control B, and that's simple. Control X, yeah. Then there's the zoom right here. That's simple. And the playback. So yeah. I just want to touch up on patterns. You can also separate the drums. I can separate the drums that let's say if I want the hi-hat and the snare to come in before the kick, I can easily say control, I hold control and shift and also click here and it highlights this too. Control X, click and drag up, Control V. Then I want those to come in before the kick. So I easily get pattern 3 right here and paste it right there. Did I say paste? Yeah, wrong word. Control B. That's it for what we are going to do today, though I still have an instrumental to show you. Like I said, I'll be improving this instrumental over time. Right now it's not mixed, it's just FL Studio samples with no third-party plugins. Every time we touch a topic, I will include that topic in this instrumental, and by the end of the series I'm sure we'll have a full track with vocals and everything, with mastering and everything. Yeah, all will be done in FL Studio. So here is the instrumental. That's a wrap for episode 1. Hit the subscribe button, leave a like, comment, all that good stuff. See you on the next one. Don't forget to check the description below and produce more than you watch tutorials. See you on the next one. Peace. And in the description below there's also a link to a WhatsApp app group for the channel. You can send me your tracks. You can send your tracks to the entire group. Try to get some feedback. Obviously, if I'm online, I will give you feedback. You can leave suggestions for future videos in the group. Yeah. So that's a wrap. See you next time. Peace. See you later.